build a rolling car. Instead, we say, you have these materials, what can you build? Self-directed. That leads to extreme self-affirmation, and this is just one picture that captures how happy these girls are, and this is a happiness that comes from interacting with STEM, without intimidation. And our girls love this so much that they actually come back as mentors and collaborate together. Hazel here, in the Electric Girls teal shirt, was sitting in these chairs just the summer before, having these same issues, having these same challenges. And now she's here realizing and understanding that no one gave her the answer, but she found it herself, so she's facilitating that process for someone else. Skill building. This girl, Gora, is, I think, 7, and she's coding with Arduino. Like, these things happen because we build skills and then allow the girls to have the confidence to continue building them and deciding to build them herself. Goal setting and planning. Taking that design journal and breaking it down into achievable steps, achievable goals, and planning. Understanding that if I want to make a 3D structure with wood, I need to use a wood saw. When I do finish using the wood saw, in order for my pieces to fit together well, I need to use the sandpaper. These are goals and planning in action. When we allow the girls to go through this process themselves, what happens is this process called prototyping. Over and over again, failing, going back to the drawing board, failing, going back to the drawing board, leads to this feeling of perseverance that wouldn't happen if we gave them step-by-step prefabricated pieces. And at the end of the day, we circle back up once again in the same fashion as when we started the day and took our temperature, so that we could appreciate one another. We go around again using our individual voices, and we appreciate someone else across the room. We appreciate and reflect on the day. We say things like, man, I was really a 2 this morning, but I opened up and now I'm a 7. We appreciate someone else. I really appreciate you, Sarah. You helped me out. I was really frustrated. I was crying. You talked me down. Thank you so much. That establishes that camaraderie and community that's going to be really important in 10 years when we have increased the number of women in STEM. Public recognition of growth. When you have a growth mindset, you don't focus on what you are and who you are now, but you understand that you're going to get somewhere eventually. When we recognize that process through our shout-outs and through all of the activities that we've just been through earlier that day, it's a public recognition of that growth. We're building confidence through this as well. When you hear someone appreciated you for something that maybe you didn't understand while you were going through the process, that builds more belief in who you are as a person and instills that growth mindset. And next we have another public recognition of.
Awesome. So badge ceremony is one of our favorite structures in Electric Girls. As educators, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the concept of badging. Much like the Girl Scouts, girls earn badges based on what they are noticeably progressing in Electric Girls. So this is just some of our badges on this slide. As you can see, it's formatted strangely, and that's because we continuously add badges. Our instructors might identify something that works really well in Electric Girls, or a way that a girl is growing, and they can earn a new badge. We just have to get someone to design it for us, and then that badge is possible. So you can also notice that these badges are not just hard skills like the drill, using the saw, but they're also things like mentorship, perseverance, time management. Those are all things that we want to recognize girls for growth in. Here's how the badge ceremony works. I probably won't be able to play the video because it's not working as well, but you can understand that there is a room full of girls, and our instructors help facilitate and bring each girl up one at a time and talk about the badges that that girl has earned. Maybe it might magically work.
Alright. This person is earning a soldering. Even though she missed the day we started, but she came back, she jumped on board, learned it really quick, and is really good at it, and a safety one. These two go hand in hand, right? In order to be a good solderer and be good at safety, she follows all the rules, make sure that those around her follow rules. This one's going to Zahara!
Awesome. So, this issue. What I also love about that video is that it shows so honestly this girl coming up and receiving her badges, immediately turning around and going back to her seat. It is difficult to recognize what you are good at. I struggle with it. I'm sure many of you struggle with it, right? But this is the process that we want to take them through and say, no, Sahara, you actually got so much better at using the soldering iron and incorporating safety into what you were soldering. So just a few pictures of how girls are really proud of the badges that they earn. Again, about badges and about badge ceremony, why this is important. Again, public recognition. You are publicly recognizing your skills. It's a celebration of growth. We are not saying that Sahara at 8 years old is a master at soldering. However, she has gone from not knowing it to knowing it well enough to do her projects. Identification with skills. This is breaking down that stereotype that girls have. Now Sahara knows and feels that she is good at soldering. That is a skill that she identifies with. Again, growth mindset, not celebration of mastery. Goal setting. Girls look forward to other badges that they can earn in Electric Girls because their peers have earned them. And our instructors are really